Hi, Amir.
So Raju is a certified program manager. Raju, how do you feel?
I am good. How are you? It's good. Yes, it's great
Good.
pleasure because of
I see you
yes,
invite also your colleagues to listen to your journey. So I still remember
yes,
Raju,
yes.
when we had our first conversation, and I really thank Mr. Abdul Rahim how he took you from everything, especially with your schedule. One of the interesting thing was your schedule. Like in all the batches, you are not coming, going, coming, going. So that was so interesting to look into that. So Raju, why don't you share your journey in your own way, please?
Yes, yes, Amir. Like first, before starting this, I want to thank Abdul Ji and Mr. Amir and the team, entire team, those who are supported in achieving this PgMP certification. So because there was much support from the team as well as Mr. Amir and Abdul. See, first of all, when I looked for the PGMP certification, my first impression was I thought like it would take at least 1 year to complete PGMP certification. So I searched in the internet like what is the pass percentage of PGMP certification because I saw like out of 100%, only 30% is the pass rate for PGMP. And moreover, the out of till now, there are only 4,000 certified PGMP associates are there. So I thought it is very difficult to get the PGMP certification within a short time. So I just kept in mind like it will take at least 1 year. Then I searched in YouTube. I saw Amir Ali videos and Mr. Abdul Sami videos of mind mapping. Like I saw benefit management mind mapping videos. Then I realized like, okay, if I go through the PGMP course from Amir Ali, then I thought it would definitely complete my PGMP within by this December. Then I messaged Amir Ali through WhatsApp, like I want to go for a PGMP certification as well as risk management certification. Then immediately I got a response from Amir, like, can you have a short call? Then next day afternoon we have a call with Amir Ali. Then immediately after the call, like Amir explained the plan, like how we have to, like the roadmap, like how we have to go further with the PGMP and RMP. Then I like the roadmap of the plan. Immediately, I just like go ahead with just given his confirmation that I want to go with the certification plan. So that way, just I started my PGMP classes. Then the schedule also I received from Abdul Ji, like that batch is going to start from this from around. I think the batch started in the month of August. I think August or September. So, but I couldn't attend the live sessions, but I went through the recording sessions whenever I get the time. So I went through the recording sessions and the roadmap. See, the success of the PGMP certification is completely because of the roadmap given by Abdul Ji, because the master sheet every day Abdul Ji like he used to follow up with me. Have you completed the domain one training session? Have you completed the like a mock exams of the each domain? So I used to complete the domain, and the domain was question and answers, and the follow up from Abdul Ji. He used to message in the morning, in the evening. So like and I used to get the score details also, like how much percentage you got it. So I used to get around 70% in the initial stage, but slowly it got improved to 90%. So it is like the way I prepared is I used to review the master sheet daily once. I never missed to review the master sheet till my exam date, like 1 day before. Exam content outline as well. So these two helped me and in achieving the certification part. And the other success to like because of the support from my spouse and the kid and the TCS L1 L2 team. Especially the team L1 and L2 team, they never troubled me the workload whatever I have. They never involved me in the work activities at office. So when the exam was there, the last 10 days, the team was there with me in all the way in my preparation. Indirectly, they supported me. So even my son also, he used to remember me at the night, 10 o'clock before I go to bed. He used to give all the the books, books, not I used to have the printout of the PgMP. So he used to give to me okay, now Nana, it is the time to read to listen the class. So he only himself give every day. He will give the headset, he will give the phone, he will give the papers. Like, okay, now it's the time to read the class. And even my spouse also supported me in the difficult time to get the PgMP certification. So it's not only my success, it's the entire team success, I can say. So this is the success where I
Thank
got my PgMP certification.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. And I really love, and one of the things that when you joined was an interesting thing about your schedule. And I see like as soon as you joined and suddenly you went to holidays. So that was such a interesting thing. And I like when I asked Samim what is the update of Raju, and he told me he's on holidays. He said that I will be on holidays. And this is also when Mr. Abdul Rahim goes to holidays, he focuses on holidays. He follows like a German trend. When I'm on holidays, I'm on holidays. When I'm on work, he works very hard. So he did the same with you. But I really appreciate when you come back, you worked very hard. And that is the way. I just want to share one thing that when we started joining, designing this program, me and Abdul Rahim, we had one thing in mind. Like before, what was happening in the program management world, and why Raju takes year or sometimes even more than a year for people to become PGMP. They took the training, they never even fill the application. They never even fill the application. Like I know for a fact that majority of the students, they contact me and they have like they want to fill the application, they have no idea. So you know how we switch the program. So how we fill the application. Can you put some light on that? How did we fill your application? How did we guide, how Abdul Rahim guided you throughout the process, please?
Yes, sir. Initially, when you requested for me to share only a 500 one page of document, like what you have done in the past in the program management as well as in the project management. So just I have given you a highlight of only a one page document. So then after that, I got a sample document the application and the form should be in a specified format. Then I just filled the entire application form of each domain of 500 words. Then I shared with Amir and Abdul Ji for the review. So once the review is completed from Abdul Ji, so they have it took around 2 days from Abdul Ji and Amir, and they have updated they reviewed my application and they updated some few of the details in the form and highlighted those.
Highlighted those things, what the challenges thing into that. Okay, Mr. Abdurrahim, while Raju internet get connected, why don't you share about something about the application thing? Because that is the most interesting part, because people who have done PMP, they think the PGMP application is same, which is an entirely different domain. The application of the PGMP is entirely different. Can you share something about how we have changed this domain and how we have facilitated every single student, and interestingly, everyone's application. So far, we have, I guess, 33 PGMPs. Everyone's application
Yes.
accepted in the first go. Can you share something about that, Mr. Rahim? Thank you.
Yes, I would like to add that PGMP is basically two-step process. In first step, we have to submit the application, and then also people get confused that once we apply, submit the application like PMP, we don't need to pay it. That is only the completeness check in PGMP. Then later on, once your application is completed, it can go to the audit. Then you submit the required documents, whatever they will ask, and then later on, you have to submit your full fees, and then it will go under the panel review. That is actually the critical point in which the objections come, the applications get rejected, and then the people get stuck, because at that moment you have already paid your full $800 or $1,000 fees, and then at that moment you are getting stuck that okay, your application get rejected or something like that. So how we have designed our program, Raju can confirm this. We go through the domains one by one. We ask the student to write only the application for that particular domain for 500 words, and that keeps you focused. So, and then later on, once all the domains are written by the student, we review it, we integrate it. And then the key point I would like to mention here is that now everything is going towards artificial intelligence. The experience that we are having, Amir, for the last 3 to 4 months, even in 3 hours, we are getting the application approved. Not like before, it was taken 2 or 3 months. Maybe what is our opinion there? Maybe it was human review before, now it's artificial intelligence. If your application is properly written, it has all the domains, it has all the requirements that PMI wants, immediately it gets approved. So same was with the case with Mr. Raju. When he submitted the application, we reviewed it, we converted it to our standard template, right, Raju? And then we changed the wording. Okay, this has to be there, this has to be there, and it was all in a positive way.
No
So that
problem.
is the first step of getting the application reviewed and accepted.
Into the way. So just to rephrase, step number 1 is you write down the application, you submit it. PMI take 10 to 15 days to review it. Now that is what Samir was talking about, application completeness. Once your application is completed, now you pay the fee. Now comes the dangerous thing, panel review. I would just want to hear my application got rejected. Like when I did, it is so interesting. When I did PMP way years back, I was the person who was audited. So when I designed my program, I made sure everyone who's audited, he get cleared. Then in PgMP, my application was rejected. My application was audited. So Raju, I know that if anyone face anything, I have already faced. Right. So I knew that became very easy when Mr. Abdul Rahim did PGMP. I told him that this is happening, but now since we have been working, improving, and that is being done in an awesome way. Now let's come to the most important thing, the preparation, the coaching call. You already talked about the customized roadmap. What about the coaching call? Because I see those coaching calls and they are just fabulous. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, coaching call, it was very well like that Abdulji planned in a like he planned like a domain wise. So first domain wise he has planned. So I used to like listen the class multiple times. Like see like after the class I used to revise it only once. Like once I completed, then again second time I revised the class. So the session was planned like a weekly twice two classes, and it went very well. So like a domain wise I prepared, and after that I used to review the domain questions. Then after that I used to review the master sheet key points. Then I used to review the exam content outline of the specific domain wise. So this was given by the Abdul Ji, like after every domain, go through the keywords, go through the exam content outline, then give the exam mock questions. So in this way, I prepared all the domains, and this helped me in the final exam because the same is very important. The keywords is
The keyword is identifying the keywords into that, and what we have discussed multiple times before, the 7-step formula. Now your internet needs are a little bit better. I'm very happy that PGMP is not home based. That is one of the reason. If you're giving any of the PMI exam from home, you get internet lag, this happens, they can cancel you. I'm very happy they are not making it. Okay, so Mr. Sami, can you put some light on the coaching calls if you can?
Okay. So I would like to say that in the beginning, we planned the coaching call to do only the questions, and then we got the feedback from the student. Then we changed, we updated it as we are, we are working in a hybrid and the agile mode. Then what we are doing now in the coaching call, in the first 10 to 15 minutes, we are revising the theory of that. What are the keywords of that domain? Like we select strategic alignment domain in 10 to 15 minutes, we are revising complete keywords. So the students can have the complete overview of the domain again. It's a sort of a revision in 10 to 15 minutes. And then we solve around 7 to 10 questions. It's only about 1 hour or 45 minutes to 1 hour call. And sometimes I think it's so informative that Raju was sometimes online and sometimes he was reviewing in the evening. And I think it was very much clear to him, because whenever I was getting the feedback from him, he was sure that the coaching call was very clear, and it helped him to revise the concepts and keep on track. Right, Raju? I think this approach is much better to revise the topic in next first 10 to 15 minutes, then go into the questions.
yes, Abdul, because whenever we trying to give the mock question wise, it is mandatory to review the keywords of that domain and also the exam content outline. Because once we review these both from the keywords from the master sheet and exam content outline, we can exactly approach to the question. Because the question sometimes it will be confusing because there are some confusing, the PMI will confuse us with some additional questions statement. So if you identify the keyword, then only we can go to the appropriate correct answer. Because I observed like out of the 4 answers, 2 answers we can easily eliminate, but the other 2 answers will be very close to the question. So in that one, if you don't identify the keyword and if you don't understand the exam content outline for the specific domain, we cannot give the correct answer. So because 2 answers will be very related to, very close to each other. So
Right.
this keyword, key sheet, and the exam content outline, because I remember you highlighted the exam content outline also in a designed way, like it was
Keywords.
no need,
Yes.
no need to remember the complete line task of the exam content outline. We can just remember in a short abbreviation form. So just I remembered in that way, exam content outline, master sheet.
So yeah,
So exam it went very easy.
we will come to the exam in a while. Before the exam, the creation of the document. Wow. Raju, I want to share something. Few weeks back, one of the foreigners, he approached me, said that I have an exam in 1 week. I cannot buy your simulator and I cannot like give the exam or join your program. How can you help me? I told him we have created a document. That document is the heart and soul of entire PGMP. He went through the document and that is fabulous. We went through multiple iteration when Mr. Abdul Rahim was making it. 100% work goes to him. He made it. I just reviewed it. Multiple iteration. And I have to say that he has made PGMP so simple because of that one document. And I am very glad. Many students says that it would have been great if you give it before, but I am very glad that we are giving it last week. So once you go through that, your everything becomes very easy. So Abdul Rahim, can you talk about that one last day document? How is that effective? And for those people, those who will also watch this video, once we put it on recording, if you want to join our program, that is the best thing. Application, each and everything, simulator, and everything. But if you don't want to join, you have exam in last week, you can also get that document from just contact with us. Mr. Abdul Rahim, please go ahead.
Okay, so as Raju said, the key point in every PMI exam is to understand the question. What I tell to the students, this has to be sure that whatever will be asked in the question, we have already studied it. But the problem where we get stuck is to identify the correct answer. So when we analyzed from all the PMI certifications, PMI language tone, how they are answering the questions, we found out that they must give you the hint or the keyword what answer they want. Okay, so we are looking into the answers and then we see the question, how they will make the question to give you the right answer. So from that we found out that there must be a keyword which have the answer already in the options, and based on this master sheet what we have created for complete PGMP, we have for PBA also and other certifications also. But the main crux is that the word that is coming under that topic must be in the question there. If you're able to identify the linkage, okay, in the question I get this justification word, I get this authorization word, I get this linkage word, the answer is a mind map, business case, or a charter. So that is the main crux of this thing. And to understand this, you need to at least one session with us so we can understand how to read the sheet. It's not that we give you the sheet and then everybody can do it. There also how to read it, how to map it, and how to use it. That is the key point. Right, Raju? I think you can comment on that.
Yes, sir. It is true, Abdulji, because first we have to understand it. Because we just by reading the master sheet, we cannot get it without attending the like a one live session. Because first we have to understand the concepts. Then, if you
Yes.
go through the master sheet, then only we can link it. And the other one is like a mind map. It is mandatory to because I reviewed the mind map as well. The Abdulji's every domain, Abdulji created one mind map. So that also I
Yes.
just kept it as like the mind map, like how the domains are linked with each other and how each domain is linking with the phase wise, because we have that is very important, like how to link the domains with the phases, because
Life
that is
cycle.
also critical, because if you don't understand in which phase we are, we cannot go to the correct answer. So I linked the mind map and the master sheet and eco. So if you link all together, so yeah, then only we can come to then we can get the complete concepts of the PgMP.
Right.
Okay. Now, one of the most interesting thing, and when we were discussing it, and we are continuously updating our simulator. What are your thoughts about like solving first questions on PDFs and then going on simulator? Because one of the thing about PMP exam is that the questions are on simulator, like questions are with time box. So Raju, how did you feel when you solved the question on simulator with the time running and then comparing it the exam? Did it help you to solve the question on simulator?
Amit, just 1 minute.
No problem. Mr. Rahim, what do you think about that? Solving question without time and without timer. How does that make difference?
I think that in the first, as I tell to the students, first we want them to do on the PDF, and then we go to the simulator, because normally once we do the simulator in the first go, that timer is a self trigger point in our mind. Okay, time is going out, time is going out. So what we tell, first do the PDFs, so understand the tone of the question, understand the question. Maybe you need 5 hours or 6 hours for 170 question, doesn't matter in the first 2 or 3 attempts. I think this approach is proven to be very successful. And also you can say now we have not only passing marks, but everybody is getting above target. This is also very important point to mention here from our program. And I think from that perspective, it is sure that people are understanding the questions. That is, it's not that hit and try method. Okay, in a simulator, you have a timer going. Okay, I have to rush. So the approach that we are having is first 3 times I tell them to do on the PDFs. Irrespective of the time, just understand the question, try to read the question, try to find out the keywords. And it doesn't take only one attempt to come into this mode. After third or fourth attempt of the mocks, I think Raju, you can confirm, then you start to realize, okay, this was so simple question and why I was not doing in the first attempt. This is the feedback I am getting. And even for the master sheet, I got the feedback from one student, sir, if you would have given this in the first day, why we wasted 1 month to read and study and do the mocks? So I said that it's not, you are able to understand the mocks and understand the keywords after doing the practice. So practice and the experience doesn't overcome anything. So that's the same thing. First, focus on the questions, understand the tone, and then go to the simulator to have the actual feeling. And Raju, I will ask a question after doing the simulators, when you were sitting in the real exam, how was your feeling?
Yeah, see, once after doing the exam on the simulator, then when I went to the exam, after writing the actual PMI exam, then the questions, whatever we got it from the simulator, so it's like the scenario-based questions, almost similar to the what we have done in the mock exams. So it made me very comfortable and easy when I'm writing the actual PMI exam, because the questions, whatever I have done in the mock, it's like almost in the first, I did around 700 to 800 questions in the initial stage. Then in the mock, I did around 450 to 500 questions. So when I attended the actual questions in the PMI, it was almost like a nearby to the questions. So I got comfortable. Okay, now when I attempted like around 120 to 130 questions itself, then I thought like I will clear my exam. Even before attempting the 50 questions are already left. So I attempted only 120 questions. By the 120 questions itself, I took one break. After 60 questions, I took one break, and again 120 questions, I took one break. So in the 120 questions, when I took the break, then I confirmed myself like I cleared PgMP. Even though 50 questions are remaining. So after attempting the 50 questions, I just went very confidently, like, okay, my result is above target in all the domains. The same got expected in the result. So it was very good.
I want to add here, there is no official break from PGMP, but when I had a discussion with him, it was very interesting, Mr. Rahim. I messaged him, and like at this time, he did not reply. At 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., he messaged me, yes, Amir, I was sleeping now. I said, can we have a call? He said, yes, let's have a call. I told him, read the last line first, solve the question in that way. Secondly, there is no break. We need to take breaks. So I hope those breaks were helpful. For everyone who is going to give exam later on, please remember, PGMP exam does not have any official break, but it is highly recommended because questions are long to take the breaks. Anything else you would like to share, Mr. Raju, for the exam, for the course, or anything for the upcoming students, how they should prepare?
Yeah, for the exam point of view, like I would suggest like first they should go through the entire course once. So this helps like they would understand the complete what is exactly there in the PGMP. So first it's like a one go, they should go through entire course, and it's I would better suggest to go to Abdul G classes instead of it's like no need to take any risk. If they don't want to take any risk, it's better to attend Abdul G PGMP classes. So it's very easy because it's already having the roadmap and very well planned. So first to go is just go through the sessions once, and then the second is review the master sheet daily. Once they schedule the exam, and then exam content outline daily they have to review. And I would suggest like in exam also, like what you said, every 60 questions, it is better to take at least a break, because if we take a break, because as you said, even though break is not about, it's better to take break to refresh ourselves. So first 60 questions, actually, I did not took official break. Like I did not went out from my seat, but I was at the seat and I took 3 minutes break. I was sitting at the seat and I did not attempt any questions. Just I was taking a like a deep breath. Just I was relaxing myself at the seat, and I took 3 minutes break. Then after 3 minutes, again I took started attempting the questions from 61 to 120. After 120 questions, then I went for a break of 5 minutes. So again, after coming from the break of 5 minutes, I attempted the remaining 50 questions. So a total 170 questions. It was around 240 minutes. So there was around some 75 minutes left, because that first when I saw initially I started my questions, I thought the time will not be sufficient. But when I completed my all my 170 questions, there are around 75 minutes left over. 75 minutes before itself, I completed my exam. This is because I had a very much practice on the questions, the mock questions, like 450 questions. I have done almost 5 times, and the 700 to 800 questions I have done 2 to 3 times. So overall, if I see before my PGMP exam, these 1200 questions I have attempted around 3 to 4 times. So in a way, it's like a 3000 to 4000 questions I have done before taking my actual PGMP exam.
Yeah,
So the actual PGMP exam, it is just only 170 questions. So daily I used
yeah,
to do around 400 questions. So 170 questions was very, I felt like it is very less. So I just completed 75 minutes I had. So this is the way like I prefer, like before going to actual exam, it is better to give at least daily 2 times a mark, like around 400 questions. Then on the actual exam day, we will not feel that pressure. Okay, oh, 170 questions we need to do, because
yeah,
it will be less if you go for the big questions.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to add, Amir sir, I would like to add one thing here regarding the very important point for the practice of the mocks. As he said that we have only 170 questions in the real exam. Okay, but we have to be sure that those 170 questions which will come in the exam, we have already covered it. And to be sure of that, you have to attempt around 2000 questions that we have prepared, which are customized ATP questions that gives you the confidence to go in the exam. For and that's most important. You cannot say that give me the guess of 170 questions and you go and do that. We are not like the trainer. Okay, we give you 170 questions. We make you practice. We give you around 2000 questions, as Raju said. So we are covering you from all the sides. We are not, we can, as an experience, we can give you only 200 questions and we are sure you will pass the exam. This doesn't matter, but it will not give you above target. It will not give you the confidence to appear in the exam. Number one thing. Number two thing, the confidence that you get in the exam after 1 hour, I think that is a key point in every PMI exam. After 1 hour, if you get stress, if you get start to think, okay, no, I'm getting out of order because it's a lot of money that we have paid for the exam. It's around $1000. So if after 1 hour, it all depends whether you are confident, then even your questions are wrong, in the next 2 hours you will solve all the questions correctly, you will get all above target and you will pass the exam. But in any PMI exam, it's my experience and my observation, after 1 hour, if you get a bit stressed and you start to get confused, okay, I'm getting this thing, you start sweating, you don't have and in the reason is that you don't have enough practice, you don't know what question will come to your face, then the question, the ratio gets bad to fail the exam. So I think that in our roadmap, as Raju said, we are making sure that we are covering you from all the aspects. You are going confidently in the exam and you can get the feeling in initial 1 hour, and that is a baseline that helps you to pass the exam above target.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
that is correct, Abdul. All the questions are covering the entire domains of all the topics. Because if we do all the questions, it is almost we are covering the each line of the PgMP that
Yes,
exam. Because
and
the
then
syllabus, everything is covered.
and it's very rare that some question, maybe 1 or 2 will come, which is first time seeing for you, right? I think in the actual exam, you never get more than 4. Yes, surely they have some test questions, not more than 5 questions that you can say that I never saw this questions, right?
Yes, yes, yeah, I got around 5 questions, I remember, because those five
Yes,
questions are completely different. I felt like these are non-scoring questions because
yes, sure,
by
sure.
by reading the questions,
That is okay.
then I realized, okay, maybe scoring or not, but I realized, okay,
Yes,
maybe these are.
but this confidence level is very important to be in the exam.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, Amir.
Yeah, yes.
yeah. Anything else, Raju or Mr. Abdul Rahim, you would like to add here? Okay.
As I say that for all the upcoming students,
Yeah.
you just need to get on board with us, and then sit back and relax, and everything's on up to us. So same,
Yeah.
I told to Raju the first day, I know you are in a busy schedule, but you are with us, we will get you pass.
Yeah, anyone else in the who are joining, if they have any question, they can raise their hand or unmute, just ask any question. If you don't have any question, I would like to end the discussion with this. First of all, thank you, Mr. Abdul Rahim, for coaching Raju in such an awesome way. Thank you, Raju, for joining it. And I'm sure similarly, very soon in this year, we will be doing the same for risk management. And Gulzar will taking care for that thing. One of the most important thing when we started designing this training program, when we started working for any of those trainings, was this thing that people are busy. You take that training and that's it. And then Raju was saying, I was thinking I will do this certification in 1 year for all the certification, for certification like PMP, RMP, SP, and also for the senior certification like program management, business analyst. We want to make sure not only your roadmap is smooth, but we also want to make sure it's a sure thing. We made a customized roadmap. Like Raju, seriously is a very busy professional, but he joined us a few months back. He went to India, I guess, for 2 months, took a break, and then so many other things. And even I'm saying like we are recording his journey after 2 weeks because he did not have time to record. Right? He did not have time to record. This is the busy schedule of this person. But that is the beauty. What my facilitator, Mr. Abdul Rahim, did: a customized roadmap, daily follow-up, coaching calls, a program according to your requirement. And a roadmap is just like stairs: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, with equal distance that you don't fall down. And if you start to fall down, he's there to hold your hand till you become certified. And then we record these journeys to motivate others. Thank you very much, Raju. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Rahim, for joining us. And thank you everyone for joining us. And I wish you all best of luck. Bye-bye.